Morning. Welcome to the Senate Budget and Taxation Pension Subcommittee. Today is Thursday, March 16th. Senator Michael Jackson, chair of the subcommittee. With us, we have Senators Elfreth, Salling, Benson, Bailey, and Heddleman. Today we have 4 bills on the list for voting, and we will begin with Senate Bill 6. I will turn it over to our analyst, Philip.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senate Bill 6, as introduced, it would require starting January 1st, all new employees that are eligible for the supplemental plan to be automatically enrolled. There were some concerns raised during the hearing and in testimony about just the process for implementing that. So I have amendments. You should have a reprint before you. I was working with the sponsor on this. So basically the amendments strike the bill as introduced and replace it with a requirement that the state teachers and state employee supplemental retirement plans study the issue of automatic enrollment and provides specified items that they're supposed to study. The bulk of this is all going to be on page 4 of your reprint. And then to make recommendations to the Joint Committee on Pensions this interim, so that it's a more thorough evaluation of all the steps and all the recommended best practices and features of doing that for you all to consider.
So do we have any questions on what the amendment does? The amendment essentially. Well, do we have a motion on the amendment? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Now on the bill as amended. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. That's Senate Bill 6. We're moving to Senate Bill 641, Law Enforcement Officers Pension System, City of Bowie Police Department. Transfers, purchases of service. Philip.
So Senate Bill 641 addresses an issue with law enforcement officers in the city of Bowie regarding the transfer of their service from prior employment that would have been eligible to transfer. The testimony was that there was a lack of or improper information given to them about the transfer. So the bill provides a window of time for them to apply to the system to make that transfer after providing certain information. There is one technical amendment on page 1. The bill is meant to apply to a window of time, but the bill says before January 1, 2007 and not later than December 31, 2015. It should say on or after January 1, 2007, but not before. So the amendment's technical changes before to after. So you're defining that time period.
Any questions on that amendment? All in favor? Any opposed? Bill as amended. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you, Philip. That closes Senate Bill 641. Senate Bill 695, State Retirement and Pension System Military Service Credit. Philip.
This bill would include service at one of the federal service academies, so West Point, Naval Academy, and there's 5 in total, into the provisions in pension code allowing for credit for that service. So there's 2 pieces. One is when military service interrupts somebody's employment service, and then another one is when after hitting 10 years of employment in one of the systems, you can claim military service prior to employment. There's a technical amendment from the retirement system just on, you'll see this on page 3, just clarifying in that this provision is related to the pathway where the service interrupts employment, just to be clear.
That's on
Page 3 at the top.
yeah. Given the formula.
The what?
Their formula for every year.
So this would be the rate of 4 months
months
for
per
each
year.
year of service. That's similar to how service for National Guard service, and regardless of what military service you're claiming under this, it's always capped at a maximum of 5 years. So it's just an additional avenue to accumulate that service, but this is not currently recognized because of the way the definition of military service is interpreted.
Military service is recognized, but your time at an academy is not.
Correct, not under current law. This would include it.
Favorable amendment.
All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Bill as amended. Do that. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. That closes Senate Bill 695, Senate Bill 834, State Retirement and Pension System Administrative Fees. So
This is Joint Committee on Pensions legislation. This deals with the system's administrative fees that are charged to participating employers. So it's probably been about 10 plus years now since this has come into place. The way the system, the retirement agency is funded is there's an administrative fee charged to employers for each employee. Over the years, it's become clear that the manner in which that's done is complicated because the way it currently works is you get the governor's budget comes in and then they're kind of doing it prospectively. And then what happens with that is after that fiscal year is over or during that fiscal year, there's like budget amendments that need to be processed because things fluctuate. So this changes the process to be based on the second preceding fiscal year. So we'll know what that cost was. The administrative fees will be based on that. And then those administrative fees, the fund will basically front the operational costs, which is how it used to work. And then the administrative fees will work to reimburse those costs. And Ann is here if there's any questions, but
So Ms. Gothrop is with us for any clarification and seeing that the chair has tasked me with being the floor leader on these. Could you help us with clarification on this?
I don't know if there's anything else to add. I mean, I think it just, it should simplify the process
I
both
just
for the
need to
system
kind of get it,
and DBM.
second process.
Do you want, so what Philip said is exactly right. It's a mess how we do it right now. The governor puts in an amount in his allowance so at the very beginning in February, that's what we have to bill everyone. And it's not what the appropriation is in the final budget, and it certainly isn't what we spend throughout the year. So we're 90% of the time we're shortchanged, and we have to then keep track of what we have had to take from the trust for the next 2 years before we can get it back. This bill it just cleans it right up, and it says, take your money from the trust, whatever it is you're going to need for your operating expenses, and then reimburse the trust with in the next year, whatever you spent, that's what your administrative fees are going to be. So we're going to be reimbursing 1 year. There's going to be a 1 year lag, but it's like a 1 year loan from the trust. I shouldn't say that. Oh my gosh, our council's not going to be happy with that.
I'll make sure I don't say that.
There are amendments before you. They're technical. They're striking some language erroneously included in the drafting that's redundant based on the other changes.
All right, can we have an motion unless we have some on the amendment? On the amendments. All in favor? Good on the bill as amended.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you very much. That closes the Senate Bill 834. And unless we have any additional comments, remarks, move for adjournment.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.